Hey everybody, Sean coming at you from High Level today with a couple of new updates. On Eliza, a couple days ago, I told you about the new transfer option. So you click this transfer button, and then in here you can obviously transfer it. They added, and last update was you could transfer to an agent or you can transfer with a disposition or without a disposition. They've also added it so that you can now automatically add tags as an optional feature, because a lot of people are using those tags to indicate those dispositions, but also to activate workflows. So within Eliza now, you can also choose those tags, which is very cool. So that is the update on Eliza. Now, switching over to workflow real quick, take a look at this. So we have the Shopify integration, with hopefully all of you now know about. And as always, we want to continue to expand out all the functionalities that we drop, and today is no exception. So inside Shopify, let's say I'm triggering off an abandoned checkout. Well, what do I want to do here, right? I want to do two things. Obviously, I want to get to that person if they've abandoned the cart, but then I want them to actually take an action. And the action I really want them to take, right, is to probably click on a URL to go back in and purchase the thing that it is that they were supposed to purchase in the first place, or that they put in their cart. So we've now added two new URLs here. One is the abandoned checkout URL, which is obviously super useful in this case, but also if you go into Shopify, you're also going to see the order status URL. That works nicely for the other Shopify trigger, which is the checkout complete trigger. So now you have this ability to deep link into Shopify and actually get them to be able to get access to those URLs very quickly. Another cool thing is you can actually track this. Let me show you exactly how to do that. Be right back. Okay, so now if we go into settings and we create a custom value, or excuse me, a trigger link. Whoops, wrong place. So if we go in and we create an actual trigger link, what we can do is we can make it super easy to actually track if somebody's actually clicking on those. So take a look at this. So we go into trigger links, we click links, and then we can come in and click add link. And then we can put in, you could say like order abandoned, I can't spell obviously, and actually just URL. And then in here, right, it's gonna be order dot, and then this is where you're going to put in that actual abandoned URL value, and then we can put it into the workflow. So let me show you how. Okay, so we've had this link URL in here. We hit save. So now we have this trigger link in here called the order abandoned URL, and then we go back into our workflow where we just were. And this time, what we're going to do, first of all, is properly name this, because that's so Shopify abandoned order. Still can't spell. Abandoned order. Okay, perfect. And so now in here, if we go in, I forgot to save this last time I was in here, but oops, Shopify, abandoned checkout, save trigger, add SMS, boom. And now it's, click, before it was like click here to finish checking out. Now, instead of using the custom value Shopify order abandoned checkout URL, we're going to go up to our trigger link, and we're actually going to put in our order abandoned trigger link. And so why are we going to do this? Well, it results in the same thing, which means we jump out to the actual abandoned checkout section. But now, because it's a trigger link, it'll be specific to that person, specific to that email, so we can actually track, did they click on it? We can take action off of that, and we can show our customers, hey, look, this is how many clicks we're getting on that URL. So we're actually seeing a lot of things happening there, and you can show them that you're actually creating outcomes for them. So I think that's a really cool trick and a really great way to use that. So anyways, I think that's everything I got for you on that. Let me check my notes here. Holy cow, I almost forgot. There's a whole new trigger to talk about in the workflows. Duh. All right, well, hold on. So you go to the create a workflow. Whoops, start from scratch. Go, ignore this little thing. All right, now take a look at this. We've got a whole new one called contact created. Check this out. Okay, so before we had this scenario where we had this contact change trigger, and everybody sort of thought, well, okay, this is going to fire when there's a change, right? And a change was in most people's minds was two situations. One, an existing contact has an update, or there's a new contact, but it didn't work with new contacts. Now we specifically have added the contact created trigger. So this is, hey, listen, when there's a new contact, I want you to do something, right? And of course you have the standard filters that you had before, but we've nicely separated. So it's contact created for new contacts, contact changed for existing contacts. And we try to sort of put that in here just so everybody remembers that. But now we have this new contact created trigger. So anyhow, jump into the workflows, check all this out. I hope all of you are having an awesome day. And as always, if you have any questions, let us know. Thanks.